This is an update on my Fulcrum Leaguestarter. I will quickly go over the new PoB and what changed, then I will explain how I personally plan to progress at Leaguestart, give some alternatives, and show a few example farms you can do with this build to make currency. As a heads up, I haven't included any of the new grafts or Fall 1 uniques since I would like to check them out first and test them before recommending anything. If I find something useful that's not worth a full video, I will probably add it to the pinned comment or the video description. The PoB for the most part is the same as last league. The tree hasn't really changed and the skills are largely the same. Besides a few small tweaks, I changed where the gems are socketed to fit in a weapon swap and added some nodes. By moving our 6-link DD setup to a 4-link, we free up weapon gem slots to put utility skills in there. The downside is that we lose a bit of DPS by going from a 6-link to a 4-link DD setup, but the upsides are quite nice. Now we don't need a 6-link Fulcrum, just a 5-socket one, which makes getting one early good bit cheaper. Big upside is that it lets us use a weapon swap setup easily and without any clunk. Fulcrum is amazing for increasing clear speed, which is why the build is centered around it. However, in scenarios where we are only fighting one single strong enemy and don't have Fulcrum Ignite on us, the weapon provides absolutely nothing. Scenarios like this include T17 bosses, standalone bosses like the Exarch, or to some extent enemies like the Trial Master or later Simulacrum stages. By utilizing a weapon swap, you can switch to a shield for extra tankiness and a scepter to substantially boost our damage. Depending on the weapon quality, this can nearly double our DPS. So it's as easy as pressing the weapon swap button, which is X by default, to boost our tankiness and damage output in situations where the Fulcrum isn't needed. If you don't intend to do this kind of content, don't want to lose detonate dead DPS, or simply don't want to bother with the setup, you can just move the DD setup back to the 6-link and swap the utility gems. Now for the progression. I will level this character as a regular Leaguestart Chieftain until Act 10. Here I might spend 30 to 60 minutes heisting to buy a few cheap uniques and maybe a 5-link Log of Flame to get started. This isn't required and I might skip this step. Then I will follow a typical Atlas progression tree to push towards T16 maps and grab my 2 Void Stones. Once I have all the map and Kirik nodes, I will add Expedition to it. Doing this progression while running Expeditions should provide some nice early currency to upgrade gear, buy the Fan of Flames cluster, which I will go for as soon as possible, and save up for Blood Notch. My first farming Atlas tree will focus on Expedition and Ultimatum. Expedition is amazing with this build and can be cleared very fast on a fairly low budget. Ultimatum will become a bigger focus once I've saved up enough currency for Blood Notch and switched to the cast when stun setup. With that setup, it should be very easy and fast to farm more currency running Expedition Ultimatum until we can fully switch to Fulcrum. My third Atlas tree will likely focus on map farming and Blight. I enjoy Blight quite a bit and it's pretty easy to run with this build. Combining it with map farming gives us plenty of regular or 8-mod maps for the future farms. Speaking of future farms, I have prepared 2 I will be testing. One is a fairly standard strongbox farm. I might try it on T17 maps to see how well the Hateful Accuser setup works on the nerfed T17s, or I might stick to 16.5s. The other farm is a stack deck farm that leans more into ritual. It's super fun to farm with this build and has pretty low investment. We will have to see how profitable stack decks are early league after the quality of life update is received. As for the 3rd and 4th Void Stone, it's really up to you how and when you get it. You can farm Expeditions for a few upgrades and instantly do them as the Righteous Fire setup. You can stick to Expeditions and Ultimatums for a bit longer and farm more upgrades. Or you can just farm some extra currency and buy carry services for them. Buying carry services is technically the fastest and easiest method, but it's not for everyone. That's because we want to run it on Toxic Sewers, which needs 4 Void Stones to be T16. Good luck with your Leaguestart. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments.